Hello, I'm responding to the principles of strength-based education. Explain how I will apply the five principles. The five principles I will be discussing in relation to my coaching of a baseball team. The first is to the measurement of the students and my players, and I think the easiest way to do that is just have a little quiz in understanding what positions are where players are supposed to be, certain situations on offense when you're hitting, what you need to do if you have to move a guy over, bunt him over, hit the ball to the right side, get the ball on the ground, get the ball in the air, just certain situations like that. That's how I will go for principle one. Principle two, the learning experience by practicing individualization. So that funny. I think the easiest way for me to do this is when I will take players on my own and then we go one-on-one when we work in the cages. I have different times where each player will come in just 30-minute windows, 15-minute windows. And this allows me to work with every player individually as a hitter and for them to understand their role. Certain hitters are more power-oriented while other hitters are faster and just need to put the ball in play and use their speed as their advantage. So I think that's the biggest key when developing individualization for players is offensively. You see that a lot more because on defense you kind of work more as a team, and on offense you're really isolated against 9 guys of the other team. Principle 3, networking with personal supporters. Strengths development affirms the best in people and provide praise and recognition for strength-based success. I think this really is developed through players understanding that once they see how they're individually used as a team, they see themselves work together in a whole. So as you can see, when a player's job is to get on base, he understands that's what he has to do. And when a player after him understands that his job is to drive him in, they kind of see themselves working together and they kind of understand why their roles are so important and how come they're able to work together so good. So I think that's a big thing. Once players start actually agreeing with the roles and taking them in, they can see that how they work together. It's really going to help them. Deliberate application of strengths within and outside of the classroom fosters development and integration of new behaviors associated with positive outcomes. This is kind of the same thing in the sense as these players, they want to be successful, and I make sure that they understand it's not all about winning, but you can see that players are happier when they win. And I like to play games, a lot of practice games with other teams in which we don't even keep score, and we're just working on certain things. But you can see that when they are being successful, they understand when they're winning or losing. And I think the biggest factor for them is it helps them become better players because they understand that it's actually working when things are going right, when everything we practice and everything we do, we see when we're doing things correctly that it comes out to be a positive outcome. And then principle 5 is the intentional development of strength requires that educators and students actively seek out novel experiences. I think the biggest way I do this is I make sure that my players watch baseball. I always explain to them that we can only have so much time to practice, and I understand that we can't practice too much because these kids they're young kids, they have to go to school and they have other things, they play other sports, and that's fine. But that practicing is something that will make them better. And it could be watching baseball. It can be just going and hitting in the cages when they have a chance or hitting off a tee when they have a chance. All things which I can't control them doing, and they have to understand that they're doing it for themselves. I always had a coach tell me that when I was working out in high school and younger, he would be like, when you want to go to college, if you want to keep playing the sport in college, at one point a college is going to be can offer you the chance of a scholarship, and that scholarship's worth money. And understand that if I would give you $20 every time you went and practice on your own, you'd go practice on your own, and you would. And a lot of kids would practice more if they saw it like that. They understood that, hey, if I keep working hard and doing this, I might be giving the opportunity to play college and go get an education for free, in which I was blessed to, and I was lucky enough to be given that opportunity in which I was able to get my schooling paid for through baseball. And I think if more kids understood that, hey, every time you go practice on your own or you did something, I give you $5. And that's really what it is. It's all the extra work that you do on your own can help pay for college and give you a free education, if anything. So I think all these extra works would be perfect for Principle 5 to understand that a team can only practice for so long. And all the extra time that you have, if you're used in practicing, it'd be very helpful for you. All right, that's it.